Hello, welcome to Introduction to Assignment 6 on the UWP path. The first thing to know about the UWP path is that it's about 99% the same as the WPF path. So all of the videos presented for WPF apply about 99% of the time to what we're going to do in UWP. So the first step in the UWP path is to watch all the WPF videos. Now once you've done that, let's consider the assignment. And as you can see, exercise 6.1 in the UWP path is exactly the same as exercise 6.1 in the WPF path. Exercise 6.2 is very similar, which is to say it's the same as WPF path exercise 6.2, except when you do create the application, you want to make sure that the build is at least 16,299 to support some of the features we'll be using. You will find that there's an assets folder in the UWP path when you create it, and so that's what we called resources in the other paths. So that's this folder here, and as you can see, I've placed image files in that folder. And you should be able to use both JPEG and PNG files, JPG and PNG. And if you have a choice, I would suggest the PNG files. And here's an example of accessing one of those image files from the assets directory. You'll note that for whatever reason, UWP does not support the string format property of the binding property, so you will need to create an additional converter. And for those converters, the fourth parameter in WPF is culture info. You'll just want to change that to string, but the code itself works the same way. Now it turns out that in UWP we have message dialog as opposed to message box that we have both in WinForms and WPF. So let's just take a look at that code. So here's a method that uses message box. Note a couple of things about it. This particular method has been marked with async, asynchronous. The message dialog object is then created, as you see here. So in the constructor is where you specify the string and the title and that sort of thing. And then when you want to actually show the message box, you use the await keyword followed by the message dialog object with the method show async. Now you'll note that in the XAML file, which is almost identical to the WPF version, rather than the window tag, we have the page tag. And so this will mean that when you create your converters, you'll be using the page resources as opposed to the window resources. As you're building your application, you'll note that you can pick a number of targets, and they're listed here in a drop-down at the top of the main page XAML file, and you can pick whichever one of these you like. Once you've created the code, when you're ready to run the application, you will need to deploy it. There's a couple of places that you can access that. If you right-click on the project itself, you can select deploy, or if you go to build, there's also a deploy solution there. That's the introduction to Assignment 6 on the UWP path. Thanks for watching.